At the moment, there's no trailer, no footage, just casting, tone, and a plot description, and honestly, that's already enough to raise a few eyebrows. Right, here we go again. Netflix has decided to make a live-action Scooby-Doo series, and the first thing they tell us is it's dark, it's grounded. Of course it is. Fred is now a mysterious, handsome new kid. Shaggy and Daphne have a shared past, and the mystery? It's a supernatural murder. Not a mask, not a scam, a murder. So the question is this a fresh take? Or are we about to watch another classic get completely rewritten and call it an upgrade? Let's get into it. Alright, so this is an 8-episode, 1-hour drama. That alone tells you everything about the direction, because Scooby-Doo has always been built on simplicity. A mystery, a setup, a reveal. That's the engine. But now we're stretching that into hour-long episodes with layered character drama and deep emotional arcs, which usually means one thing. We're not solving mysteries anymore, we're unpacking trauma. And look, this isn't happening in isolation. We've seen this exact approach before with shows like Riverdale and even Velma. Take something familiar, make it darker, make it edgier, make everyone slightly miserable, and hope that counts as depth. Sometimes it works, a lot of the time it just strips out what made the original work in the first place. Let's get into the cast, because this is where the tone really starts to show. Daphne is played by McKenna Grace, and to be fair, she's solid. Probably the safest part of this entire project. Then we get Fred, played by Maxwell Jenkins, and the official description says, strange but very handsome new kid. That's not Fred. Fred is the organiser, the planner, the bloke who says, let's split up. Now he sounds like he's about to headline a teen drama. And yes, the internet has already turned him into Sexy Fred. We've gone from solving mysteries to analysing jawlines. That's where we are now. Shaggy, played by Tanner Hagen, is now childhood friends with Daphne, because apparently no one is allowed to meet organically anymore. Everyone needs backstory, tension, history before episode 1 even starts. Velma, played by Abby Ryder Fortson, is the scientific outsider, which means she'll spend half the show dismissing the supernatural until the plot forces her to accept it. Standard modern writing loop. And then we get to Scooby, most likely CGI, and this is the make or break element, because if he looks too real, it's unsettling. If he looks too animated, it clashes with the tone. And if he doesn't land, the entire show collapses around him, because Scooby isn't just a character, he is the tone. And the fact we haven't even seen Scooby yet probably tells you that's the part they're still trying to figure out. So, the setup is this. Summer camp, final summer, group comes together, and a lost Great Dane puppy may have witnessed a supernatural murder. Right, so we've moved from fake ghost, real motive, to actual death, possible paranormal involvement. That's not evolution, that's a complete rewrite of the formula. And this is where everything starts to fall apart, because Scooby-Doo isn't just a brand, it's a structure. Mystery, investigation, reveal. Supernatural, debunked, fear, explained. That's why it works. It's grounded in logic. even when it looks ridiculous. But if you remove that, if the supernatural is real, if the mystery isn't solvable, then you don't have Scooby-Doo anymore. You've just kept the names. Now, here's the interesting part, because this could have worked very easily. You keep the same setup: summer camp, new friendships, a central mystery, but you respect the core idea. Imagine this instead. There's a supernatural incident at the camp. Something strange, something unsettling. People think it's real. Rumours spread, tension builds. But the gang investigates properly. Clues, motives, setups, and eventually they uncover the truth. No ghosts, no demons, just someone with a reason. That's Scooby-Doo. That's the entire appeal. You take something scary and you make it understandable. And here's the key. You can still make it darker, you can still raise the stakes, you can still make it emotional, but you don't break the rules of the world to do it. You work within them. That's the difference between adaptation and replacement. So, where does that leave this? Honestly, right on the edge. There's potential here: decent casting, strong setting, built-in audience. But the direction, that's the gamble. Because if they lean too far into the dark and grounded angle, they risk losing the identity completely. And if that happens, this won't feel like a bold reinvention. It'll feel like something else, wearing Scooby-Doo's name. So, what do you think? Do you want a darker take on Scooby-Doo? Or should it stick to what actually made it work? And, more importantly, is this a clever update or just more nonsense? Let me know, and I'll be back when this drops, because something tells me this is going to get interesting.